Dear Diary, this is Gary Busey. Well, Diary, I kind of went off the rails last week. I got my property tax notice from the city of Malibu. 4 times what it was last year. Apparently, there needed an influx of Hollywood dollars to shuck out to the masses to keep them from jumping ship and moving to Vegas. Well, I'd about had enough. Me and Crazy Frankie got in the car and drove to City Hall. In a nutshell, mayhem ensued. Malibu City tearing up my hole, my poor bunghole's on fire. Taxing me up the old yang-yang, they're just a bunch of liars. Moving to Vegas, moving to Vegas. Thank you very much. Peanut butter diner for it. I parked my Buick right by the front door and went in armed for bear. There was a pretty little gal at the front desk, and I says, "Hey there, Sugar Britches. 2 questions. 1, who do I have to talk to about my property tax? And 2, how many margaritas does it take for you to stop caring what folks think about you?" She held up 3 fingers and then pointed me down the hall. The feller behind the desk was a puckered bud in Coke bottle glasses. After a little back and forth with the colossal Busey intellect, he basically told me to go pound sand. So I decided enough was enough. I was gonna take over City Hall. You're entering into another dimension. A dimension of sight. Look at them boobies! A dimension of sound. Eeyore! A dimension of mind. There's a signpost up ahead. You've just entered the Gary Busey Autonomous Zone. Honk, honk! 2 tops only, ladies! The Gary Busey Autonomous Zone, or JB&B to us residents. I was king of Malibu, and a king needs a court. So I got on that cell phone and I started calling all the big shots and hot shots I knew in show business. No quitters, only heavy hitters. Firstly, I was in need of a queen. And since Carrot Top was busy, I tracked me down a real star, Brigitte Nielsen. She can drink me under the table and them blouse balloons drive me wild. Big, thick, tall, bleached blonde Viking heifer. Yummy. Head of security was a tough position to fill. Danny Bonaducci wanted the gig. He's a rugged hombre who can duke it out with the best of them. Got a bit of a temper, but that'd come in handy in case any looky-loos decided they wanted to jump the fence. But I decided to give it to Vanilla Ice. All you gotta do is start singing Ice, Ice, Baby, and people will think it's a concert and leave. Now, because we was in Cali, I reckoned I needed a drug czar. Nobody knows more about drugs than Tom Sizemore. Anyone brings any contraband into camp, old Tom can get rid of it with 1 snort. And still be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed come the dawn. I needed a confidant to be the hand of the king. I didn't even have to think about it. I called the Hoff. David Hasselhoff. You know, I was kind of hoping he'd pull up in that talking car, but I guess that weren't real. TV live again. All spit, about to have a fit. There ain't no such a thing as kit. Well, shoot. Batmobile is my backup. Turbines to speed. Oh, Lord, where's Burt Ward? I picked Dennis Rodman as my international ambassador. He showed up with some chubby little Asian rascal in a bowl haircut. Seemed to think a whole lot of himself. I was going to give him the boot, but he hooked up with Caitlyn Jenner. That was punishment enough. With the seriousness of the matter at hand, court jester was going to be a pretty damn important gig. Andy Dick wanted the job, but he's too high maintenance. So I rattled the cage of the only little fella that always tickles me. Flavor Flav. He is just plain comical. And he always seems to know what time it is. Oh, Diary, I had a bunch of other buds show up. Dave Coulier, Mindy Cohn, Ricky Lake, Randy Quaid, Joey Fatone, even that orange girl from the Jersey Shore stopped eating long enough to drop by. My only disappointment was that Ian Ziering and Tara Reid were a no-show. Of course, they were shooting Sharknado 7. It was all going pretty good, Diary. We built a little wall around the block there, turned the fountain into a hot tub, built a makeshift grill out of wire hangers and cement blocks. We raided the liquor barn and the food genie, and then it was party time. Kick off your shoes and air them feet. Have a cold beer and a hunk of meat. Dance a little jig and pick your seat. Eve off, Celebrity life! Wow. Then the cops showed up and wanted to shut us down. We was hunkered down, Diary. I sent Dustin Diamond out there as my negotiator, but they tased him and dragged him off. Now I know why they call him Screech. Yeah, the feds wouldn't budge. All I wanted was my property tax back to normal. And then the unthinkable happened. Brigitte Nielsen ran off with Flavor Flav. Damn it! I forgot they used to have a thing going on, and that broke my heart, Diary. I suppose I could have used Janice Dickinson as my fallback, but her face started to melt in the heat. So we just throwed up our hands and called it quits. It was the end of a dream. Rest in peace, G-Baz. Well, Diary, I got a skedaddle. Me and Joey Fatone got to go do poop patrol on the City Hall lawn. Hell, if I'd known I'd had to do that, I'd have gone indoors. Until next time, Diary, X's and O's, Gary, His Majesty Busey. John Boy and Billy.
Look at all these niggas in here. Look around here. There's enough niggas in here to make a Tarzan movie.